Hi, I'm Salvation, and in this video I want to show you my burning arrow build that I made in the Prophecy League. Perhaps I should not call it burning arrow build, but more like elemental arrow build, but I show you about this in the video. Before I start, let me say this. I know that it would be probably a lot stronger if I just used physical damage and poison, also known as the Earth Reacher, as an assassin, but I wanted to try something different with the Reach of the Council, and yeah, that's the result of it. I originally wanted to use the Threshold Jewels for Burning Arrow, but I found out that they really suck. So I was looking for other things that I could do with this, and I found the Signal Fire Quiver and the Brimburn Gloves that both together would work really well on a build that wants to ignite the enemies, so I tried using these ones. So then I focused on maximizing the burn damage from Burning Arrow by taking projectile damage nodes that double dip and also using the Brimburn Gloves that make my cold damage burn. And as I'm using Hatred, I get a lot of damage that can burn from the aura. The Signal Fire converts 50% of my damage to fire damage and also gives me 30% extra damage as fire damage, which is pretty amazing. Apart from the gloves, it's pretty standard gear, just Life Resist, Kintsugi and Breach of the Council, and I'm also using a Deadeye Dawn because I convert all my damage to elemental damage anyway, and all of the damage can also ignite enemies, so the faster burn from a Deadeye Dawn is really useful on this build. I also try to get some life, or as much life as possible. As you can see in the video, it wasn't all that successful. Life on the right side of the tree is something that does not come easily. And so I'm running around with a bit under 5k life. It's okay, but I'm overall not all that satisfied with that amount of life, I got to say that. As you can see right now in the video, I can also use Ice Shot, because my cold damage does also burn, so Ice Shot does also work pretty sweet. It also has this AoE cone behind the arrow when I hit an enemy, that gets scaled by my ascendancy choices, where I get 20% increased area of effect. So yeah, that works pretty sweet, does a lot of chilled ground, good ignites, and has a better AoE clear than Burning Arrow. So that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't call this a really Burning Arrow build, because I feel like Ice Shot works a little bit better in most cases. And then there's also the other elemental arrow skill that gets used a lot lately, and that is Lightning Arrow. So Lightning Arrow isn't all that great for this build, because it converts to lightning damage, which can't ignite, but as you can see, the mechanics of Lightning Arrow are just amazing. It has great AoE clear, and normally the drawback would be that the single target would be a lot worse than, for example, Burning Arrow, because Burning Arrow is a pretty high damage skill that focuses all its power into one arrow, and with Reach of the Council that's 5 arrows that all do the same damage, so that's pretty sweet single target damage. But Lightning Arrow has this strange mechanic of using Frost Wall to boost its single target damage, and as you can see, that negates all the drawbacks that Lightning Arrow may have. So overall I came to the conclusion that Lightning Arrow or Ice Shot work much better on this build than the Burning Arrow it was intended to use. Especially Lightning Arrow is a bit over the top. It has great AoE clear and with Frost Wall the single target damage is just out of this world. And yeah, and no one cares about the ignite damage when you just one-shot the target anyway. I also tried if the Frost Wall trick works with Ice Shot, because that would be quite optimal for this build. Then Ice Shot would have insane single target and good AoE clear and ignite for really high amounts, but somehow it seems like the Frost Wall interaction that is working with Lightning Arrow does not work in the same way with Ice Shot. It works sometimes, but it does not always work. I tried that in PvP with a guildmate, and sometimes it works exactly the same as Ice Shot, but on other occasions it does not work at all, and he stands behind the wall and does not get damaged by the cones of ice that come out. I can't really tell what that is, but it seems to be a bug interaction with Frost Wall, one way or another. I guess that the interaction with Lightning Arrow is more buggy and it should not work in the first place, but at the moment you can use it with Ice Shot, it's just not reliable, so I'm not counting on that. I hope you enjoyed the video, just showing the build, even if I'm not 100% satisfied with it. If you did, please like and subscribe.